Good.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, it didn't mute us.
Okay.
I found the hurt deep inside my chest, a quiet ache that never took a rest. My inner child whispered through the cracks, will love ever find its way back? But the shadows fade when I close my eyes, and her voice meets mine under moonlit skies. Now we are one, we are whole, we are free, becoming the woman we were meant to be. We hold each other tight, no more fight, and together we both shine in the light. She reached for warmth but only felt the cold. Her tiny hands were searching for a home. The years have passed, but her voice remains, echoing softly through my growing pains. Now we are one, we are whole, we are free, becoming the woman we were meant to be. We hold each other tight, no more fight, and together we both shine in the light. She laughs, I laugh, we share the same name. Two hearts once fractured, now one flame. Her tears are mine, but so is her glow. In her reflection, I finally know. Now we are one, we are whole, we are free, becoming the woman we were meant to be. We hold each other tight, no more fight, and together we both shine in the light.
That's
There we
beautiful.
go. I
That's
did it.
beautiful. You
Okay.
do very well with
Welcome, welcome, everybody.
it. Yay!
That is my new song that I wrote this week, and I'm so proud of it. Um, I'm so
It should
happy
be.
to see all of you here. Regina, Ashley, Lori. Uh, let's make sure I didn't skip anybody. Thank you all so much for coming. And there's people over on Body's side that haven't said hello. So hello, hello to Body's side. How are you doing
That's the
tonight?
lurkers.
Yeah. Hello, lurkers.
I am doing wonderful. And I am so, it's beautiful that your community has embraced me so. I feel like one of the gang.
Yes, you are.
So
You
it's
are.
beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank
Well,
you
I love
so
you to
much to
death. So
everyone coming and
yes,
sharing this moment.
and everybody uh, loves everybody over here. You know, I mean, we all get along, and we don't. There's no comparison or fussing or nothing like that. It's all just a big love fest. So I love it, and everybody is just so supportive.
Yes.
You know, and that's what I need is that support. So let's go ahead and oh, it started raining for Regina. She said I haven't go
Yeah,
walking,
it's
and
thundering
it's
and lightning
raining.
here
Oh
big time.
no. Okay, so here's my disclaimer. I am not a medical professional. This is not a substitute for professional therapy. I am sharing my personal opinions and experiences, and not everything that's helped me will help every person, and only share what you are comfortable sharing here on YouTube. It is a public platform. And if you would like to have a private conversation, we both have our emails on our pages. It's a no blame game area. We're not blaming the people who hurt us. I believe in God, and I believe God will take care of those people, and we don't have to worry about that, and we need to forgive ourselves because it's never was our fault, and we just need to be able to let go of that, forgive, and move forward. All right, I'm so excited for tonight.
May I say something?
Yes.
Me too. Can I say something? Lawless, the voice. Hi, honey. Hi, honey. Yeah, do you remember you, Lawless? If you ever listen to Lawless, you'll be in heaven. I mean, he just, we won't get into it, Lawless, but you know how I feel. Remember back in the day, the commercial, ha ha ha, the Uncola. Remember that commercial? With the big guy, and he was always on the beach, and yeah, ha, ha, the Angola, and was for 7 Up.
Oh, for setting
Anyway,
up. Okay.
Lawless has that voice.
Okay. Okay. Hello, Lawless. I see you now. Hello. Hello.
Yes, yeah, he's a sweetheart. He is a sweetheart.
Good. He says
He,
love
he
and
yeah,
happiness to
he won
everyone.
my heart a long time ago. He is very kind,
Good.
very kind.
Okay, I found this today on Facebook, and it says, understand this. You can sound confident and have anxiety. You can look healthy but feel like crap. You can look happy and be miserable inside. You can be good looking and feel ugly. So be kind, because every person is fighting a battle you know nothing about. I am an open book. I am sharing my problems with y'all. But everybody is struggling with something. And we don't always know what that is. It's not always obvious what it is. And some people don't even
Yeah.
know what they're struggling with, themselves. They may just say,
Uh-huh.
I'm in a funk, or I just don't feel like myself today. But they don't know why. So be kind to everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. These are,
I depend on my plastic things, my mask. I depend on my mask a lot,
yes,
a lot.
yes. And,
To be
and
honest.
it's okay that we can do that. Sometimes that's the only way you're going to get through the day is to put that mask on. When I was on my other's keepers channel the other night, she said something that I really was surprised,
Uh-huh.
because she said that she does her mask so well that even when she goes into a therapist's office, she still doesn't take it off and let the therapist see the real her. And,
No, I've
I'm
noticed
like, okay,
as
but
I've gone into more of this community that my mask, um, I don't wear it as often. So I'm getting more free at letting people see the real me, which is wonderful, which is therapeutic in itself, if that makes sense.
yes, Exactly. Hello, Bud Files. Um,
Hi, Bud Girls.
so many people don't even realize that they wear a mask because it just becomes habit, you know? So the fact
Right.
that we can say we know we wear a mask and we're starting to be able to take it off, that is like huge, huge step. Okay, now these are, well, if I can get it, these are
Do you want to do your
powerful
points
one.
for the days?
I'm going to get there.
Okay.
These are powerful one liners that your inner child needs to hear. You
Okay.
didn't have to earn love, you were always worthy of it. It wasn't your job to keep the peace. You were not too sensitive, you were deeply in tune. Your needs were never too much. You didn't imagine it. That was hard. You shouldn't have to figure that out alone. Shouldn't have had to figure that out alone. It's okay to rest now. You're
Yeah.
safe. You were never broken, just unheard. You're allowed to take up space. You don't have to be perfect to be loved.
Ooh.
You can start again. You always get to try again. You deserved gentleness,
Yes.
and you still do. Okay, this week we are talking about healing your inner child using meditation and mindfulness. This is something I really never thought I would do. It's just, hello, Stephanie. Hello, Renata's Secret Garden.
Is that who this
Pardon
is?
me.
Stephanie is the name.
Stephanie
Hi,
is the
Stephanie.
WSFN channel, is Miss Stephanie.
Okay. Hi, Stephanie. I say hello to you all the time,
Didn't
but
realize that was her
I didn't
channel.
have a name. Hi.
All right, there are your butterfly wings,
Right.
Miss Renata. I hope I'm saying that right. I probably am not, and I apologize. Okay. Um,
Renee.
I just never thought I would ever get into meditation because I have one of those brains that it's really hard to shut off. I have trouble falling asleep. Um, I don't even daydream very well because my mind keeps saying, you got things to do. You don't need to be daydreaming. So I thought I'll never be successful at
Right.
doing it. So Body Illusion said, hey, what about this? Have you tried this? And I was like, I never heard of inner child meditation before. I was under the impression most meditation is just where you try to clear your mind and then just, and see what you think about. Okay. With
Right.
inner child
Right.
meditation,
With
yeah,
mantras and the
yeah.
whole nine
But
yards.
you're actually, going into it with a goal that you are going to try to connect with your inner child and that you are going to allow whatever feelings come to let them come up and feel them and let them come out, which for me involved a lot of crying. Okay. At first, I couldn't cry. I would be like, oh God, I feel horrible. I feel so bad, but I wouldn't cry. Now, as soon as I
Right.
get relaxed and get started, it's like the tears just come without me even thinking, oh my gosh, you're upset, you're crying. It just happens for me. So I'm going to share this.
Question for you, honey. Question for
Uh
you.
huh.
And I've had a lot of questions during these
Okay.
series that we've been doing. I have a question for you. When you go into this therapy or this mindset and meditation, now
Mm-hmm.
you say now you're at a point where you can release more and more. Um, does your we're going to name it inner child? Does it speak to
Mm-hmm.
you? Does it tell you things? Does it? I mean,
I
is
don't
it,
know.
or is it just
It's not
memories coming back?
well, it's
Just
some
curious.
memories, but and one of the things, and I'm going to go over the script that I use to give y'all an idea,
Okay.
but
I'm sorry,
the
I'm jumping.
the idea is that I try to visualize her, which is me, at a certain age. Okay. I
Okay.
don't have like memories where I could say, my first memory is when I was 3, and then I have memories when I'm 4, 5, 6, and so on. I have
Right.
memories that I don't even really know how old I was at the time. So I just try to like picture her how I remember myself looking or feeling, when I was younger.
The feeling.
And the main thing that I
Right.
try to do is I try to think about like some of the things that I struggle with as an adult. I ask her, why do I feel this way? Like what happened that made me feel I wasn't good enough? We'll just use that one for an example. And, you know,
Okay.
it's like because I'm asking, myself and my memories, I actually visualize situations with my mom where my mom said something or did something that that's a scar that will not, it's healed over, but it's never going to leave. It's there, and that's the
A scar is a
reason
scar.
that I don't that I feel the way that I feel. But see, until I started doing this meditation, I believed the things that I thought and felt. Like I believed it was true. I believed I
Right.
wasn't ever going to be good enough. But now through doing the meditation and being able to understand how that really made me feel at 3 or 4 or 5 years old, and being told, don't ever do that again because you are never going to be good at that or whatever.
Oh,
And then, too, my mom used a lot of um, things to try to control my emotions and my, like try to
okay.
silence me. Like, you don't need to have these feelings. I'll tell you when to be upset. You don't have to worry about anything or be upset. You should
And
just be
validate your
happy.
feelings.
Yes. And so it's like I give myself permission now to say, okay, you know what? When this happened as a child, you know, I was hurt. I did feel bad, but I wasn't allowed to even express that. I had to just zip it, you know. And just to have all the things, and my mom did a lot of like threatening us. We didn't usually get hit, um, but she would threaten us with leaving us somewhere
Oh,
or
okay.
not feeding us or, um, you know, making us
Wow.
be outside barefoot in the winter,
That's scary.
things like that. It was never,
That's
and I'm not saying that she never acted upon some of those threats. She acted on enough of them that you took the threat seriously. It wasn't like, oh yeah, mom's just
right.
playing. No, you were like, oh no, you know, I pushed too far. I'm crossing that line. I'm fixing to get, whatever. And
Uh-huh.
even in front of my dad,
Right.
it would be, I can remember my dad was a pipe fitter and he usually got home like around 5 o'clock. And so about 4:30, we had
Okay.
to make sure our clothes were clean and neat, go and wash our face and brush our hair, wash our hands. And then we had to all be lined up by the front door. So when my dad came in, we all greeted my dad, and we had to be happy, had to be smiling. We'd had a wonderful day. And
Right.
I mean, I can remember like thinking she was going to hit me with the hairbrush if I came out of the bathroom and my hair wasn't just so, you know, things like that where she didn't have to physically do anything. It was just how she made you feel like she was going to do something if you didn't do, whatever. And of course, my poor dad would come in the house and he would be like, look at my happy family. My kids are clean and well taken care of, and dinner is ready. Most of the time he had no clue what we were actually going through, you know. Okay, let me see. I think I missed something. Lori said there was no crying in my house. And Ashley said, yep, here I go. Dad was very physical, and mentally, Mom was purely mental. Okay. Stephanie says, I'm sorry, Ashley. Lori says, we retreated when my dad came home and didn't make a peep. Yes. Hello, Kristen. Bella's Whisper Farmstead. Welcome.
That happens a lot.
And my mom was always,
the fear of, and it doesn't have to be the fear of dad. Mom could put the fear of dad in you.
My mom was always, I don't know how to really explain it, but like with me and my daughter and my granddaughter, I can't get enough of them. It's like I want to smell them, I want to feel them. It's like I have to have hugs and kisses and come sit on my lap, and and I can remember like knowing what my dad smelled like, and he shaved, and I would sit in the bathroom on the toilet and watch him shave. And I can remember the smell of the shaving cream. And he would use Brillo cream, I think it's called, something like that. But this stuff that he put in his hair. And I can remember what that smelled like. And I can remember being comforted by the smell of his shaving cream and that stuff he would put in his hair. And in the winter months, he put this stuff on his skin called corn huskers. I don't know if anybody knows what that is, but it was like
in the yellow, in the clear yellow, and it was kind of filmy looking.
Yeah, and he would put that, and it was something to do with like your skin would get kind of chapped from the cold weather, the cold wind, and all. And so that kind of like was a protection type thing for that. But I mean, I can never remember how my mom smelled. I don't know if she wore any kind of perfume. I can't remember ever really getting a hug or really any kind of affection from her. I did from my dad, but I can't really remember it from my mom. And I don't know if I don't remember it because it never happened, or if it wasn't always that pleasant and I've kind of blocked it out. So I don't really know. But I do know that I am a very affectionate kind of person.
But isn't it funny how the olfactory is so strong that it's what you say. I was sitting in the bathroom and I could smell that. And that was so comforting to me. Smell that smell. Now, do you go into stores and smell that smell?
No, but and
it just brings it right back.
I mean, I could remember.
It smells good, but they've gotten so old.
Yeah, I wish I could remember what brand shaving cream he used. I don't even know if they would even still make it now, But I wish I could remember so I could smell that smell again, But
look who's here, Niko! Hi,
Niko! Hello, my friend. It's late. Where you're at. You need to go to bed. We're going to be the mean older sisters telling you, get your rest because you have school. Thank you for coming.
We know your heart's with us, but thank you for coming in. But Barbasol was a big one back then.
It might have been. Was that in a red? Had like a white tin with red circle around, like rings, red rings around the
Uh-huh.
can that were red, possibly. It's like I
Now, was it a
try
can
to
or was it
visualize.
a brush?
No, no, no. It was a can. It was a can because I remember him,
Okay.
and it was like flat on the top, and he pressed down. And
See how it is? I
yeah,
remember that.
yeah. It's amazing the things that I've been able to remember, even though I do the meditation thinking I'm gonna. Oh, and I think that's why I was scared that I would only get negative feelings and negative emotions. I've actually gotten some really pleasant
Uh-huh.
memories that have come back. Um, half past
That's
one
wonderful.
here. Oh, yes.
Rest, honey.
Important
Rest.
sense related.
We want you to go to
Are
school
very
and make lots of money for us.
yes, yes. I think barbershop
Yeah. See, I
sounds
thought it was
familiar.
wonderful too.
I'm not 100% sure, but it sounds.
Because it came in red and
But now all of the memories that I've and they're not all memories. A lot of them just are feelings. But all of them have been. It's like made me realize why I felt the way I felt. It wasn't because I just was an unhappy kid. I mean, there were several things that happened that really made me feel the way I felt. And now that I can look at that and I can say, that is foolishness. That I was not allowed to be a kid or be myself. I was this little robot child.
yourself.
And so no wonder I don't know who the heck I am. And I don't love myself because I was I was very unlovable, that I was disrespectful and ungrateful and just all the negative things.
You were
Many
wrong.
times,
In general, you were wrong.
muscle. Let me put this up. Nico's helping. Niko,
Okay.
his inner child and my inner child are very good friends. Okay, many times we mention muscle memory. Same goes to sensory memory as well as things you connect to emotions and places. Yes. And I think that's
Yes.
why I love
Yes.
beach, the ocean, because I spent so much happy time there with my dad, you know? So those are very
Dad. See,
powerful memories with my dad. Yeah. And I said that before too. I don't know why I just don't have memories of my mom, anything good. Nico said, I mean, how many do not connect the smell of a doctor's office with certain memories? Oh, yes.
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 Yes. Yes.
And
As soon
and
as you
this is
get in dentist
totally
office, you know the smell. You know the smell.
this is totally off. And I forgot to say trigger warning. If this is not helping you, if this is triggering you, please click off the stream. I do not want to trigger anybody. I want to help people realize it's okay to have the feelings that you have, and it's okay to share them here with us. We are a safe space, and it's okay. It's not, you don't have to worry. But this is totally kind of off the
Self
topic,
care
but
is very
it's
important.
something that I did
Self care is very
figure out um, through one of these meditations. I spoke about how my mom, in my opinion, was a hypochondriac. And so I did not take my medical health very seriously because I didn't want to be running to the doctor all the time and be a hypochondriac like she was. But part of my polycystic ovarian syndrome that started when I was 12 years old and started having my cycle, part of that is that it makes you, because of the high sugars and the insulin resistance, it makes you subject to getting
Hello.
yeast infections. Okay, now my mom
Yeah.
made me feel like I was dirty, that I didn't keep myself clean, that, I mean, never once was there any mention that it might possibly be a medical issue. It was always something I was doing, that was causing this.
Yes.
Now, she took me to the doctor one time, and of course, it was a male doctor, and he even had a medical student there with him that day as well. So it wasn't just a male doctor that I knew all my life looking at me, it was a stranger looking at me as well. And
Okay.
I was,
Different eyes.
after they examined me, yeah, I was prescribed some sort of ointment. Okay. Never did my mother say this is because of a medical condition, this is the medicine that's going to help take care of it. Never once. She almost made me feel like that medicine was because I didn't keep myself clean enough, I had to have the medicine. But not that
Right.
there was a reason that I needed the medicine. Okay. But that incident not only made it to where when I was old enough and should have been going to the gynecologist, I didn't want any part of that. When I was old enough to realize what a yeast infection was, I was too embarrassed to tell the doctor, so I would try all the over the counter things. It wasn't until I was probably 35 or 40 years old and I had a woman doctor that I finally said, isn't there anything you can help me with this? And I, found out there's prescription pills you can take that knock it out really fast. So then I just
Right.
a prescription of that all the time. And if I ever had the problem, I knew what to do. But it also
Right.
made me have a problem with in my sexual development, because I was so
Right.
traumatized from that doctor's visit that I just couldn't, it was just like, so when I met my husband, well, back up from that, when I met my first boyfriend, he basically AR'd me the first time because I was scared to death. I didn't want any part of any of it. Okay. So
Yes.
that in itself was not a pleasant
Good point, Niko.
experience. So when I met my husband,
Right.
it was like, hello, Lisa, welcome. It was like, okay, I have to
You're
have the
already
light.
traumatizing the other.
I have to have the lights off. I have to keep my clothes on. It's like you can't really touch me. It's like I had all these rules and everything. And thank goodness my ex-husband was very patient and very understanding. He never really understood why I felt the way that I felt, but he didn't force me. He didn't push me. So even though we lived together before we got married, we didn't actually have intercourse until well after we were married because I was just like traumatized from it.
Right.
So
Right.
it's it's like I've always been like, why do you feel the way that you feel when it comes to that kind of stuff? Now that I've recovered those memories, I know exactly why. I mean, I can almost tell you the humiliation and the like just self-loathing that I she just made me feel like I was just like so terrible. Um, and it was a
Well, what
medical.
gets me is with your first interaction with a male, it's sad that you couldn't go to your mother and speak to her about that. First of all, let's start with that. You had no one to speak to about that.
No, no, no. And I
I
was,
mean,
I
that's
mean,
you were handling on your own, which is a big thing.
and I was raised very, very sheltered as far as about drug use, about domestic violence, about sex. It was like all of a sudden you're 18 and you're on your own and you're supposed to be an adult, and I'm not aware of all
You're
these
supposed to know all that.
things. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, of course, my first boyfriend was very much an alcoholic and a drug addict, an abuser, you know, a very bad narcissist. I mean, just,
Holy
but
smokes.
he was better, he was what I thought was going to be better. And that was 3 years. And it wasn't until that ended that I realized, boy, I felt just like I felt with my mom with him. So when I did meet
Right.
my husband, I was like, oh, he's the white knight in shining armor. He's come to rescue me.
On the white
He's never going
horse.
to do the same. Yes, yes. And there aren't very many white knights out there. I'll tell you that much. All right, let's get back into these little comments here. I know I didn't even plan on sharing any of that, but yeah.
That's
Um,
okay. It's organic. We're
yeah.
doing, we're bringing out what we need to bring
Okay.
out.
Her mother did not handle it well either. It was always something she could do more to get it better. It was hard watching it for her. Okay. Niko says that is a most unhealthy mindset your mother had, but sadly very common.
Yes.
Penicillin and then cranberry juice. See,
Yes. It works.
there
It
has
works
been
well.
plenty of things. Hello, musical kill shot. Welcome. Um, Stephanie, the WSFN channel said, I truly love the way you listen, Body Illusion. You helped my sister open up. Thank you so much. Yes, I could not be here doing any of this without this lady right here. And it's not just what you see here on the screen. It's the behind the scenes support and love that she has given me that has made all the difference. Niko says, my mother almost made me arbor even the thought of going to bed with a woman. She was so toxic in so many ways about it. Yes.
I'm so sorry, honey. I'm so sorry. I It's so sad. It's so sad. And Nico, how old are you? You don't need to answer it. It's rhetorical. And this is still affecting you. That's what's so
Yeah.
sad. That is
And
what's so sad.
and I don't know if Niko will probably agree with me or not, but when he and I first met each other, he
Uh,
wrote a song for me, and I told him, a handful of sentences about how I was feeling, and he was able to write this beautiful song for me. Um,
Aw,
but
such a love.
we recognized our mother wound. We recognized that our inner children had had similar situations. And he has helped me with the creative side of trying to connect with my inner child. And that's what next week is going to be all about. Um, but I thank you so, so much. He says, I am soon 58. It will be somewhere always with me. But I have
Yes,
been through therapy and I have grown as a person. Yes. And
that's
that's another
beautiful.
thing.
That's
The fact
beautiful.
that he has gone through therapy, he was able to figure me out like that. Like, oh, and what about this? And what about that? And I was like blown away by how well he could relate to the situation because of the fact that he had lived it, himself. So I guess what I'm
Right.
trying to say is that when you don't be afraid to let people know, because when you meet somebody who understands you, like Body Illusion does, like Niko does, it's so freeing. Like, I finally have somebody I can actually talk to that isn't going to judge me, who isn't going to
I'm
say,
not alone in this.
"Ooh, you got too much going on there. I don't want to talk about that, or whatever." And that has meant the difference, just the world to me. And I've only known these people since last December. It hasn't even been a year, and they have both in their own ways changed me as a person. So reach out to people because you don't know what they're struggling with, and you don't know what that could help them until you actually have that conversation. And he says, humans look for patterns, and I don't know if it's a blessing or hard earned skill to recognize and see patterns in behavior and experiences. Exactly. Exactly. And that's a lot what it is the recognition, like, doing. It wasn't like, oh yeah, he thinks he knows what I'm talking about. No, it was like you can feel the fact that the person understands what you've been through without you really even having to say a whole lot at all. And it's just like
Right.
you have that connection and that safety, like, okay, I could tell you anything
Safety.
I know, you know, and that's something that, I mean, I've been the kind of person that I want you to like me so bad that I would never tell you any of my deep, dark secrets, because then you wouldn't like me. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'd rather you like the false me a whole bunch instead of maybe that you'd like the real me just a little, you know?
Yeah. And I was
And
really good at, I could read a room and see, okay, this is the kind of person they want in this room, and put that face on and become that person, if that makes sense.
yes.
Does that make sense?
And
Yeah.
also,
Just because I wanted to be liked. I wanted to be, you know,
and I think a lot of it with me has always been that I'm never going to be good enough for anybody, not just to please my mom. It goes, to everybody. So makes you be an overachiever, makes you be a people pleaser, makes you, forget about your feelings and, concentrate on the other person's feelings. All right, let's see. Oops.
what else is he saying? He is on it tonight. He
Mm-hmm.
has a lot, but he has a lot of insight. You know what
It
I mean?
is a sort of ability to fill in the blanks when trying to express or explain something about something that hurts so deeply, and many times feeling ashamed of, even if not being the guilty one. Exactly. And that's a lot. They use shame as a way to control you, that you would like I would have never told any of my neighbors, what went on behind closed doors, because I was so ashamed of what it was, and to the outside world, on the outside of that door, we were the perfect family with the perfect mom and dad and the perfect kids, but behind the closed doors.
I just now put out Nico's channel because he
Okay, good.
has a lot of insight, and we need to share that and share his insight,
Nico says the
along with
feeling
him being quite knowledgeable
fighting,
about so many languages.
yes. Fighting those moving posts is like a curse. Exactly.
Yes,
Yes. Oh, and Stephanie says a
when they get
chameleon.
taller, they
Exactly.
grow.
You learn how to be who you think other people want you to be. Has
Chameleon, very good
nothing to do
word.
with
Very
who
good
you
word.
are. Yeah, that's a very good word. And Miss Stephanie is very insightful as well. We had a prayer call last night, and I was asking the group, something I had been struggling with concerning my marriage, and they don't know me. They don't know my history, I'll say,
Okay.
and so they were able to give me some honest opinions about what they thought, was behind
Right.
what it had, whatever. And it was so touching that I just broke down and started crying, because just to have other women say how they felt about the situation, it was like, this is what I needed. I
Right.
needed people in my life who could, whether they know the situation or not, give me that grace and give me that support no matter. And that's what I was missing from my mom. I didn't get support. I didn't go to her. All the things that a young girl should confide in their mother about and discuss with their mother, and have that emotional bond with them. I didn't have that.
Yeah.
I didn't have that. And then when I was out in the workforce, women can be so catty and so competitive. And I didn't get, I got friends because I was a people pleaser. I would get friends who would take all they could from me, and me begging them to do it, you know,
Right.
let me, And
Yeah.
so it's really
If it make
refreshing
you
for
happy,
me.
I can do it. If it make you happy, I can do it.
Yeah. And let me do it. Don't, it's
Please.
not that you're making me do it. Please let me. I want to.
Uh-huh.
Um, okay, let's see. Nico says
Yeah, no,
it connects
he's really
to
on it.
one of the worst things used in Scientology, the Darbo expression. What did you do to pull that in?
Pull it in.
Exactly.
Yes,
What did
that's
you do to
it. What
cause
did
it?
you do to
It
pull it
had
in?
to be, yes, it had to be something you did. Ugh, that is
Yep.
beautiful, Nico.
Yep.
Okay, and
And and and,
Ashley
and they use
says,
it on everything. On a cold, on depression, on anything. They
yes,
use it on everything.
yes.
Yeah.
Ashley says, my thing was the whole town knew the horrible things that went on in my family for generations. Even if it wasn't mine, we paid for it, and mom and dad did not make it any better. Oh my goodness, Ashley.
Oh, that's so sad.
It is. It really is. Mm.
Oh, thank you, sweetie.
And Lori says, same here. Oh my goodness. Stephanie went over to your page.
That's what
Thank you.
they're saying. They're going, we're bouncing back and forth.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. Um, and this this is not. I'm not. I have all these notes, but this is much better conversation. I want to read this one thing that I saw
Okay.
today, and I was like, I got to tell this to Body Illusion, and what better time than right now? Okay, now you listen to me. Okay, sometimes without realizing it, your hand carries healing in a hug, in a gesture, in a meal you cook, or in the way you listen. You don't have to fix everything. Just holding space for someone can mean more than you think. And that, my friend, is what I think of you. You hold space for so many
Why did you say
people.
that? Why did you say that?
Don't cry. I
Thank you,
love
honey.
it. I saw that and I was like, if this is not talking about my friend, Body Illusion, I don't know who it's talking about.
Whew. Thank you, sweetie.
All right.
This is
So,
not sad price. This is happy price.
yeah,
This is happy
happy
tears.
tears, happy tears. Stephanie says, sending prayers for healing for Sister Ashley. And Regina
Oh,
says, praying for all. I have a strange adult feeling, but my child life good. Oh, okay.
okay.
Lisa at a place for her says, I'm sorry you had to go through that echo. I was blessed to have a mother that I could go to and talk about anything. She was a mother and a friend. Now you have women in your circle that is here for you. Yes.
Yes,
And
you do.
Ashley says, thank you, Stephanie. I have always known where it came from. I am just now not running from it once for once. Exactly.
Good. Good.
That's the thing. I pushed it in the back of my head and I didn't want to look at it and I didn't want to handle it. Hello, Joan. Welcome. Hey, Joan had a birthday
Happy
Monday.
birthday,
Happy
Joan.
birthday, Joan. Um, but I thought that I could, just leave it back there and never look at it and I would be fine. But it
Right.
wasn't until so many things happened in my adult life and I'm like, there has got to be a reason for these things.
Yeah.
And then when I finally was ready, and that's the thing, you are not going to heal until you're ready to do the work. Because the first time you remember something that scares you or upsets you, you'll be like, yeah, no, let me put that back. I don't want any of
Yeah.
that in my life.
File it away
And
again.
yeah, but you have to take it out and look at it. You have to look at it and you can't be afraid of it and it can't hurt you anymore because the past is gone. It can't come back and hurt you. It can hurt
Right.
while you're remembering it. But once you can remember it and you can let those feelings come up and let them go. And that's what this meditation has allowed me to get in touch. I think I said one time before that when I was working, I would want to get angry in a situation, and all I could do was cry because instead of being angry, my feelings were hurt.
Right.
And that's a whole big issue that I wasn't allowed to have those feelings. And so all that was bottled up. And so if anybody showed me any kind of care or concern or anything, it was like just opening the water spigot wide open. And I would just, you know. And
Blubbering in it.
last night in the prayer call, when I cried, I was able to get myself back under control, stop crying, continue the conversation, and be in the moment of that situation instead of how I would have handled it before. So I know I'm healing. It is changing. And it is a wonderful feeling to know that I'm not going to find, there's nothing that's going to come back that I can't handle, whatever it is. And whether I remember it today or I remember it 20 years from now, I'll be okay that I had those memories because that's all they are memories. They're not
Well,
anything.
I've noticed in the 3-6 months that I have been watching you go through these changes that your face smiles now. Your eyes smile now. They sparkle, they twinkle, you have more self-assurance in yourself. And it's beautiful to see this beautiful rose blossoming right in front of our eyes. It's just gorgeous. It's just beautiful. Oh, I'm sorry.
I
Nico,
just,
say something?
yeah, I just wish I would have done it years and years and years ago.
You have
Change
to do
has
it
to
when you're
come.
ready. You can't
Yeah,
force it. It's
No.
not, you know, yeah,
Nico says change has to come from inside. It can never be forced on you. It will only hurt and damage until you feel a will that is for your own sake, not to please anyone else. Exactly.
exactly.
And you have to be willing to say, okay, I'm going to remember these things, and it may change the way I feel about other people, because you may like have thought that person was great, and then you realize that they weren't, and that's okay too. Ashley
Nico, you're so
said,
sweet. What's she say?
I was the opposite. I was sad for so long and no one cared. I showed it in
Oh,
anger. I read
okay.
sadness is just anger that had no place to go for so long, and it changed my life. Yeah, and I used to always say, if I could just get angry, you know, I could deal with the situation. But no, I could never be angry because I never was allowed to be angry. All I could be was hurt. And
Right.
and there is a place for anger. There is a
Yeah.
place for anger. And I don't know if
But you
I'll ever.
internalized everything.
Yeah, yeah. Because I wasn't ever, and that's why they tell you now when you're raising kids, kids have big emotions and they don't know how to handle them. And so instead of saying, well, that's not so bad, stop crying, stop crying, you shouldn't, feel that way.
Right.
You're supposed to let them know, yes, this was bad and I know it hurts you and you feel sad, or, whatever emotion that they're feeling, because they don't
Right.
know what it is. They just know, they're having these feelings. And if that had been done for me, I wouldn't have probably, 80% of the problems that I've had. But being told it doesn't hurt you, it isn't important, all those kind of things, after a while, you're just like, okay, the only thing I can do is be hurt. You don't like me? I'm hurt. You hit me? I'm hurt. It's like no matter what you do to me, I'm just going to be hurt instead of
Well,
being
that's the
able
only
to
feeling you know. That's the only feeling you
all
know.
of
That's the only
those.
feeling you're allowed. You're
Mhm.
allowed. Nico, you need to come up here. One day we need to invite you up here, even though
Oh, he,
it's
he
the
he
middle of
has
the
an
night
open
for
invitation. He knows he can come anytime. He says,
Oh
Echo and
yeah,
Lisa,
I would
you
love to
both
have him
have
up here.
come out from a darkness and shine in a loving way. Yes, we have. And thank you
I can
so
practice
much,
my Swedish.
Nico. You are a big part of my healing, and I'll never forget that. Okay, Star is here. Hello, Star.
Where?
Uh,
Where? Hi, Star.
Nico says
Hi.
every feeling
Okay.
has their own deserved place. Nobody shall force you to repress your emotion. Better to teach how to handle, express, and deal with them. Exactly. And it's okay to have those emotions. It's okay to feel those things. You just have to learn how to deal with them. And that is just, it just wasn't that my mom. And I don't know, it's easy to say, oh, she was a horrible person, she was a narcissist, she was this, she was that. It's easy to say all those things, but I don't know what demons she was dealing with. I don't know what
Right.
happened in her childhood, you know
What was
and
in her head? Yes.
yeah, I don't know. Um and because we didn't
Who knows
have
what
the
her
kind
mom
of,
was like?
yeah, and because we didn't have the kind of relationship where we could talk about things, I'll never know, you know.
Right.
But I know that I didn't want to raise my child that way, you know. And
Right.
and I think the reason that I was such a good mom to my daughter is because every situation I would think, what would I have wanted done in that situation, instead
Right.
of, well, I'm the mom and you're the kid and it's just like this. I would always be like, no,
The knee
wait.
jerk thing. The
Yeah.
knee jerk thing. Okay, this is what's happening. Yeah.
And my daughter um, is very independent, and I gave her so many choices, and you know, wanted her to be her own person, and didn't want her ever to, be like, well, my mom made me feel this way or that way. And it's like I always say, I'm her biggest cheerleader. It doesn't matter what she does. I am
Uh,
proud of her and I'm happy for her.
right.
And I just wish my mom once could have been happy, for something I did instead of telling me what I should have done. Ashley says, it doesn't help.
Right.
I wasn't either. Stepping into a room and breathing could get us beat pretty good. So it was all pent up for me. And then when I left the house, oh, buddy, war was on. Yeah. Gosh, Ashley, I am so
Well,
sorry you had to go through
I'm really sorry, but on the other hand, you're bringing it out in the open. It's not in the shadows anymore.
that. And Ashley,
So that's a
you
wonderful start.
you are
That's
in
a
this
wonderful,
community
yes,
and Boldly Unshackled community, and we are all there to help everybody. So when you feel ready and you want to bring it out, we'll be there for you. All right.
okay. Let me say something
Go
real
ahead.
quick. Uh, Nico, you are full of it, and I love it. And I appreciate, I appreciate you. You know, I love you. I've loved you since day one. But Echo, we talk about ripples all the time. How we don't even know we're making ripples. And it's easy to do just by being yourself. But have you noticed in this chat today, mostly, I mean, it's happened in the past, but today the ripples are getting stronger. You are making the most beautiful ripples just by sharing your story. It is amazing. And you should be very proud of the person you have become and the person that you have allowed others to bring to their forefront. It's amazing. It's amazing how much has come out today. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's bringing things out of the shadows, and that's wonderful.
Well,
I just something I
I am just so totally amazed at how it's been received, because I was really scared. I thought a lot of people would be like, she's got some issues. Like, we don't want to support her. So, I mean, the fact that people have not been like that has been so refreshing, to actually, say, yeah, okay, we're here for you. I'm just so not used to it.
and also the community you're with, the people that you have brought into your world has has stepped up for you
Yes.
and
Yes.
supported you, which is wonderful,
And
wonderful.
I can't.
It's amazing what this you thing can do, can do. It doesn't
Hello,
have to be ugly.
Jackie. Welcome. And Nico's got one more we're going to do. Ashley, one of the most
Okay.
important things you do is being aware. So you have the will and the way to break a bad cycle and pattern. General, generational trauma is a widely spread curse. And that's exactly the
Yeah.
first thing you have to do is be aware of that there's an issue. And that's something that took me a long time to not only be aware of it, but to admit that it was there. And so it sounds to me like, Ashley, and like you said, you've already come a long way. And I don't know if you have children or not, but if you do, they're blessed to have you as their mom, because you are going to give those children what they need to not have to ever feel the way that you and I have felt. So I'm proud of that. And I can't wait to get to know you on a much more personal level. Oh my goodness. Star says they've got dust storms happening. Oh goodness. She's
Ugh.
in New Mexico and her yard is basically like desert.
Okay. And everything's dust. Everything's sand. Excuse me.
Jackie, we are just talking about healing from childhood trauma. I think you have a new friend. Stephanie says, I'm so blessed to know you both. You're an amazing person, Body. Yes, she is.
Oh, thank you.
She is.
I'm just here. I'm I'm considered comedy relief, but tonight is I'm just a sounding board,
I don't
and
call you
that's
comedy
what.
relief. I call you my support. You are so much more than comedy relief for me. Star says, it's so wonderful how our Lord heals us and makes us a walking testimony for others. That's right. And the it's so much of a comfort to know that even though we don't know everybody's backstory, we don't know everybody's issues, but we know that they have issues. And because of that, they can understand that we have issues and be supportive for each other. And that's what I'm loving about all of the people that I have met that have reached out one way or another and let me know that they're with me, because that's what you need that support system. And it doesn't matter where it comes from. It doesn't have to be your family. You can have your chosen family. You can make your own family, whatever you need to do. But don't go it alone. Don't feel like you have to, be alone and keep all those feelings to yourself. You can get them out. And I'm here to tell you, it is a release when you can get those feelings up and out. It's just amazing. So
But have you noticed? And I noticed your sister has been kind of there with you. But have you noticed um, people coming to you? I'm sure they have in the back. Um, that even though they were in the same house, like you and your
mhm.
sister, they looked at it through different eyes,
And that's one thing
even though it was the
that
same
that I
situation.
really
Isn't it interesting how our personalities are different enough where we see through different eyes of
and
what's going
on
on?
more than one occasion, my sister and I have both said to each other, how were we in the same house and didn't know that happened? You know? And part of that is because we had so much individually going on that my mom was really good at keeping you from even noticing anybody else had any issues. And so it's your story, it's your what you remember. And my sister um, has she even told me the other day that she feels guilt that we went no contact with our mother. Now, I don't feel any guilt. I feel like it was my survival at stake. Like I had to do that, you know. If I was going to be able to survive and have any
Okay,
kind of life, I couldn't have this toxic person continuing to hurt me. Okay? Even though my sister feels that way as well,
right.
she feels
Okay, I get that.
guilt that she is not necessarily, in my mom's life.
She's still
And
mom.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I tell my sister, if she had been a different person and treated us differently, you would never have made this decision. You did it to survive. You did it because you had to do it. and you didn't want your children and your grandchildren exposed to those things. And the fact that my sister and I both have great kids and great grandkids is amazing from what we started with. But she does. She feels guilty. And people in her friend group do not understand. They say to her, but it's your mother. Yes, biologically speaking, she is our mother. But that doesn't make
She
somebody a
is
mother.
labeled mother. Yes.
Yeah.
Mother has to be under being a mother. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's just cut and dry.
Right. And the fact that you didn't get the mother, you didn't hit the mother lottery, you didn't get the best mother.
No.
You have to be able to mother yourself and say, I can do it for myself. Okay, Niko's, I think, telling us he's going to go to sleep. Now I go
Please
to
do.
be a good schoolboy and head to bed. Thank you for all that you are, do, and share. Talk soon again. And sorry for all the spam. You didn't put spam?
Spam, 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 spam.
And
I'm sorry,
we
my
love
flying
you.
on
So,
it.
and
Niko,
thank you for staying up this
you're a
late
dear.
for us.
You're a dear.
We definitely love you very, very much. So anyway, we've already been on here over an hour. I did do
Okay.
a video with the guided meditation. I'll just release that as a video, and y'all can watch that at your convenience. I
Oh,
also
okay.
have a video that came out today with the journal prompts for this week and my
Okay.
take on what I did for those. Um, so that's out there already. I'll put this other video out there. If anybody has any questions about the meditation, I can give you a couple of channels that do a very good job of it, and you can check it out. There's Misha. Hello, Ned. Um, Stephanie says, you're a great guy, DJ Niko, a.k.a. Nikolai. Yes, he is. He
Yes,
is
he is. He is
just
a very
amazing.
sweet person. Very kind. Very kind. And I
Uh-huh.
always promised, I always threatened, I'm going to end up on his doorstep one day.
Well, I mean, I wish I could just snap my fingers and be, where everybody's at, because it just really, but thank you for the wonders of the internet that we can all see and talk to each other and feel like we're in the same room, even when we're not. And that is a beautiful thing. And I'm glad that I didn't continue to avoid technology. I'm glad that I decided I needed technology in my life, because I don't think I can live without it right now. I need it. Definitely need it.
You've definitely grown from it, you know?
Yes.
Definitely
Yes.
grown from it. So that's a
Yes.
beautiful thing.
And
That's a beautiful
and the
thing.
thing,
And like they say that internet and YouTube is so ugly and so ugly. Well, you proved it wrong. You
well,
proved it wrong. This
I
little community is very healing. And the ripples I'm watching constantly with what you're doing. See, I love this and needed it so much. There, right there.
much, yeah.
There's a ripple right there.
And
Yeah,
I needed
beautiful.
it. I needed it so much. And Stephanie says, I'm so happy you are here, Echo. You make me smile. I love you so much, Stephanie. Um,
But did you notice, Stephanie?
I,
Look at her
I've
face
always,
in the last
I've
little while.
always
Her,
been,
she's glowing.
I've always been very open-minded and uh, love everybody. I always say, it's a global world we live in. That's why I love meeting people from all over. But, sometimes we're not understood. And people can look at all of us. Hello, Ben Bacon Bits. Welcome, welcome. Um, but people can look at you and say, well, you're this kind of person or that kind of person, and what it really takes is for
Nothing but
somebody to
nipples.
be open enough to have a conversation with somebody and really get to know somebody. And that's what I love about all of you, that I don't have to know everything about you. I don't have to talk to you every day, but I know that you're there for me. And I hope that you all know I'm there for you as well. Regina says, prayers and hugs, friends. Yes. And it's really funny. I asked this the other day if anybody else is feeling kind of a shift in their YouTube journey. Um, I knew I was looking for something. I didn't know what I was looking for. I couldn't put my finger on it. I couldn't explain it. I couldn't wrap my head around it. But I knew I was
Uh-huh.
searching for something. I was looking for something. And my friend Norma left me a comment on a post I did the other day saying that she loves the community that we're, forming here. And I really think that's what I really wanted all along. That was my reason of coming to YouTube, is I wanted to be that place where people could come together and support each other, whether you know each other or not. Just the fact that we're all hurting, we all have our problems, and that's
Well,
really, really, and it's taken me 3 years to really figure it all out. But now it's not about the views, it's not about the making money with the ads. None of that even matters. Now all that matters is having these kind of conversations with the people that I want to have the conversations with.
there is a beautiful person, and I'm not sure if she comes on here, but she is more than welcome. She is a beautiful soul. She now goes by B, as in bzz, B, and she is hashtagging better together. Hashtag better together. And to me, that means a lot because it really shows that together we can get through this. If you were alone trying to get through this by yourself, yeah, it would be a totally different animal. you know but because of the support and the positive feedback you're getting, it's so much better together. It really
Yeah.
is.
Ashley says we are called
What
to
is it?
community for reason, not the highest reason, but it is commanded for beautiful reasons. And
Beautiful
we've been
reasons right
we've
there.
been talking over
There it is.
there on Boldly Unshackled about false faith and people, putting their faith in ministers and, just in people in general that are only human. I mean, it's okay. It's
Yes.
okay to listen to them and support them and feel some comfort from them. But the message that they should be giving you should be coming from God, and it should be the truth. And that's not always true because they're human, and it could be misleading. And it's kind of like that for me, that you don't want to just blindly believe everything somebody tells you. I've done that. I've been in relationships where I took that bait, hook, line, and sinker. Like, oh, this is better than sliced bread, and then found out that
Right.
it was all nothing but lies. So I'm not saying believe everything everybody tells you, but
The bread was molded.
just like with Nico, when I met Nico and started talking to him, It was like, it wouldn't have mattered if 20 people came and said, he's a horrible person, don't talk to him. I would have been like, no, I feel a connection with him and I'm going to talk to him, you know.
Right.
And same way with you. It wouldn't have mattered if what anybody said. The connection was there, and that was automatic for me at least. And I think I'm learning how to
If
trust.
if they only knew how this connection even started.
But I think I can
One day we'll tell that story. One day we'll break it open. We'll break it open with an egg and we'll
but
tell that story.
I think I can trust myself that when, yes, discernment, that's what it's called, Ned, thank you. But I do feel like I can trust what I'm feeling. And like with the ladies over at Boldly Unshackled, if it wasn't the connection to
Else in
God,
life, it's
you know,
it's even about your head. You take pieces of different things and you make them work for you. And it could be a religious thing, it could be a healing in your brain thing, it could be the 12 step thing, it could be anything. You take pieces of it that fit you and
yes,
you make it work for you. And that's, to me, that's the biggest thing, which
yeah,
makes you a better person. And that's all we're trying to do is just be better people
that's
for the
right.
most part.
That's exactly right. Because, we're not our past, you know? Yes, your past shapes you in ways, but you're not that, you know. You
Yeah.
you are so much more than your past. And for so
Yes.
many years, I wanted to stay in that past and be miserable, you know. And that's another thing that the
Familiar.
mindfulness and meditation has helped me be present in the moment and enjoy the moment for what it is and not worry about what's coming next or what I
Right.
need to do next. And my granddaughter has helped me with that tremendously because I don't have to worry about that. It's gonna work out for itself. I don't have to be in control of every moment, you know, throughout the day. Hello,
It
Ellen
will happen.
Smile. Hello, Ellen Smile. Welcome.
Hi. Welcome.
Ned says, I feel our community has been brought together by divine intervention.
Yes,
Yes,
it has.
I do too. And,
Yes.
when the right thing comes along at the right time, you just know. You
That's what
just
it
know.
is. It has to be at the right
And
time.
when Ned came in and was talking about the 24-hour stream at Christmas, I did not know about the village. I didn't really know Ned. I was just like, yeah, I'd love to do that. And I am so, so glad that I took that chance and did that. And that's
Well,
how I want to
personally,
live.
I didn't even know you when you invited me on your birthday. I'm like, I don't know who this woman is, but it's her birthday. So I went all out. I went, what the heck? What the heck? Being a believer
Uh,
does not make anyone else. Yeah, okay.
it, it, Okay, being a believer does not make me better than anyone else. It makes me a better version of me. Exactly. And we don't need to be like anybody else. We need to be the best version of us, only us. And no one else can be you. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Always trying to compare yourself to somebody else and always thinking, if only I had this, I could be happy. If only I did
right,
that, I could be happy. Instead of just, let me be happy right now with whatever I
right,
have. Just let me be
right.
happy. Ellen says, I hear an echo in your voice. It is my microphone. Oh, okay, Ellen.
Oh,
It is your microphone on my or my audio. I'm not sure. I don't know if anybody else hears an echo. That always
I love
gets me
it. I don't hear it.
when somebody will say hi echo to me in a chat and somebody else will say, there's no echo in here.
No echo. Oh, echo. I love that.
Like, it's me. Joan says, I hear no echo, only echo. Yes,
There it
okay.
is. There it
There it is.
is.
There it is. But y'all, I
And
have enjoyed
you're talking
this
beliefs, and
so
our
much.
beliefs don't have to be exactly the same, you know, to
Mm-mm.
be a good person and to be understanding and to share deep seated love for each other. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Ned says, we are all individual pieces of a puzzle that
Yeah.
makes up the big picture. Nobody else can fit the piece that you are for with us or whatever. And that's how I feel over in Boldly Unshackled. They just immediately accepted me, and I was like, I feel like the pieces are coming together that I've been missing. And that's how what they said, it's like all of us are pieces that fit together and we're all better together, like your friend said.
Mhm.
So um I don't know what I'm gonna do
About
when
what?
I finally feel whole. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I am so excited about the process. It has been so enlightening and stress relieving, and
Do
I'm
you
sleeping
question? Do you
better.
feel like you'll ever be whole? I don't
Yeah,
I feel we are learning all the way through our whole lives, if that
yeah.
makes sense.
Well, and I don't know what being whole really is. I know I'm never going to feel so disconnected from myself again. I know
Okay,
that I
that's
feel
a better
like
way to put it.
the different parts of me that I wasn't acknowledging and loving are coming together. And so that makes me feel like I would be whole, eventually. Um,
Uh-huh.
but if I'm not, you know what? I'm okay with that. If
Yes.
nothing else changes in the process, if this is it, if this is what I got from it, I'm okay with that because I have such an understanding now and the knowledge that just because I think it doesn't make it true. That I can
Right.
think something, but I still need facts. I still need proof to show me if that is true instead of just blindly saying, I think it must be true. No, you can
Oh,
think anything you want.
a question. Do you have
Mhm.
the link for Boldly Unshackled
I
so we
do.
can get that up there?
I will get that.
Um,
I will get
Awakened would really like to be connected with them, and I think that's a beautiful thing.
that. Yes, and I'm telling you, they are fabulous, fabulous
I've been on
at
there a couple of times, so
making
yeah.
you feel at home and um, understanding and just accepting and it's just, I mean, I can't say enough about that group. I really can't. And um,
But
like
again,
last
like even if there's just a little part of what she brings to you that you can use, that you can bring to yourself, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
I think that's my upstairs neighbor. Sounds like he's dragging something across his floor. He
We
he
can't
lives
hear
up
it.
there by himself, but he makes so much noise. It sounds like he's rearranging furniture all day, every day. It's like, what are you doing up there, sir?
At least it doesn't have dumbbells, bum on the ground.
Yeah, no, no, I don't hear that, but I definitely hear strange, heavy object noise. But yes, if I
Okay,
get nothing
yeah,
else
on
out
my
of
channel as well. Perfect, thank you.
if I get nothing else out of going over and watching Boldly Unshackled, I feel a sense of community. And to me, that's very important. Now, nobody is ever going to have all the same beliefs when it comes to your faith and your um, with your upbringing and all of that. We're all different people and we're all unique in our views on things, but we have to open ourselves up and be willing to look at different things. And like you said, take
That's
what
right.
works for you, you know, don't take what doesn't work for you. Nobody is saying everybody has to do exactly the same thing. And that's why I say in my disclaimer, what has worked for me might not work for everybody else.
Yeah,
Everybody else might be saying, well, yeah, I'm really sorry that that happened to you, but I don't have those problems. Okay, I was in denial for years too. So it's okay. You don't have to believe any of it. But I'm telling you that for me, it has been a healing journey, something I wish I had done so many years ago. It would have answered so many questions. It would have
but were
changed.
you ready? The big question: were you ready? Were you
No,
ready to?
no, I
Yeah,
couldn't have done it. I couldn't have, um, I wouldn't have gotten out of it what
gone
I've
through
gotten
the
out of
journey.
it before.
Yeah,
Ashley says, I think I have just reached a level of it happened. I went through it. I felt it. It's valid. And now we can do the work. Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
And
First, you have to
now
find out what it
you
is.
that you're able to acknowledge it and look at it for what it was and realize it wasn't your fault. Now you can start to heal from that. And
Right.
that's the process. You have to be able to go through the process. Nobody can just, pick up a book and read a book about healing and be like, oh, I follow these simple steps. And guess what? I'm healed. No, it doesn't work like that. But you have to be ready to be healed. And then you have to look at the information you can find and say, does this make sense to me? Does this have any, validity in it? Valid? Is it valid? Is it
Woo!
something I can actually do or not? You know, I didn't think I could do it. I was like, no. And I had to come clean with my sister. I had to tell my sister I was doing it because, now get this, okay? My daughter has been in my chats before. She knows I'm on YouTube. She pretty well knows, her mother. So she knows, I could talk about anything. And
Right.
sometimes if we have plans after, and I'll say, well, I have a live at 9 o'clock, but I can meet you at 11. Well, she might come in the live and just check and see, am I still on or am I done or whatever. And sometimes she'll mention, oh, you were talking about this or you had so and so on or, whatever. But she never like watches everything I do, you know.
Uh huh.
And I'm always prepared if she does mention anything. It's like I've never said anything that I wouldn't say to her face. So I don't feel like I can't talk about her. But anyway, so here I'm talking to my sister and we're having this lovely conversation. And she's like, oh, by the way, send me your YouTube link again because I don't know what I did, but I can't find it. And I'm like, oh, well, it's because I changed the name, but the handle's still the same, but I'll send it to you. And
Right.
she's like, okay, good. I'd like to take a look, see what you've been up to. And I'm like, oh, well, as far as that goes, let me tell you what I've been doing because I didn't want her to hop on a video and be like, you're telling our family these secrets, or that it would trigger her, So I was like, I have to tell her this is out there. So if she sees it, and she was just like, well, why didn't you tell me? I need to do this work too, and this and that. And I was like, I know, but you know what? It was such a personal thing that I never even thought about, oh, this could help my sister too. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I
Uh-huh.
guess I wanted to see if it worked for me before I told her about it, you know.
Uh-huh.
Hi, Chef Hit Dice. Welcome,
Changing the
welcome.
subject. Chef, I saw the box. I guess we're going to open it tomorrow.
Yes, I have the box right down here. That'll be tomorrow.
I'm
Um,
excited to see.
but so I had to tell my sister, and she went and she watched the videos, and then we've had several conversations since. And that's how we found out that even though we were raised from the same household, the same parents, we do have different views of things that happened. And not so much different as far as like how my mom was, but things about me that she didn't realize had went on, and things about her that I didn't realize had went on. Um, she brought up one thing, and I was like, really? It's like I don't really remember it, but then later I did remember it. But my mom would put us to bed right after dinner. Like, didn't matter if it was summer or if it was school or, whatever. It was like probably by about 5:30, 6 o'clock, we were in the bed. And we had our beds up by the windows, and we would jump on our beds and look out the windows, and our neighborhood friends that were still allowed to be outside playing would
Right.
come up to the window and be like, can you come out? We're like, no, we're supposed to be asleep, or whatever.
Did
And
you ever sneak over the window and just talk through the window? Just chat?
no, we would keep the window closed, but I mean, we talked loud enough you could hear each other.
Oh, okay.
But we never snuck out or anything like that. But there were four little
Sure.
boys that lived across the street from us, kitty corner from us, and we would have flashlights. And after it got dark, we'd shine the flashlight and they'd shine their flashlight, back and forth and stuff. But I just don't remember going to bed that early. But I believe my sister that we did, because my mom was probably tired of us and was like, "Yeah, y'all go and be
Get
in
out
the
of my
room."
hair. Ned
Yes,
said, we're all worth it. We're all worth it. And if you keep that in mind, that you are worth it,
yes.
you are worth the work. You
And I
are
don't know.
beautiful.
Today is National Middle Child Day,
Okay.
and I
I
am a
fit there.
middle. And I didn't know. They have all these different days
Okay.
that people celebrate. But when I
Yeah.
saw that
I love
today,
work holidays.
I was so thankful, that I had a brother and a sister, because a lot of people don't have siblings. But on the same token, I don't have the really close relationship with either one of them because of how we were raised. And I'm hoping that that gets better, that we still have time to develop those
Oh,
relationships.
yeah.
Now, my sister would do anything for me, anything.
Okay.
Um, and she's very generous, and she thinks about things that I don't necessarily think about, and does for me in ways that I can't do in return. But it makes me love her even more, that she does love me and does things for me. But I wish that I'd had that close relationship as children, you know. I
Now,
wish
have
it
you
would
asked her to come on here
Oh,
and and
I don't think
share?
she would come on. I have
No.
not asked her, but I really honestly don't think that she would. She is a very private person. And
Okay,
she
well,
would
she
talk
can.
to me about things, but I don't think she would. Um, I don't think she would. Awaken says, "Oh my, Christina is my middle child. Makes sense. I am working on her video again today. Thank you for that, Echo." Yes. Nick Alexander finally caught you live. Oh, welcome.
There it is.
Whoops. Let me get you some
Yeah,
blue butterfly wings so that you can connect. Ashley said,
she
I
can
get
do that
it.
in the new thing.
There were 5 of us.
Oh, honey, I got a calendar. Hi, honey. Hi. I'm so glad. I'm so glad you're here, honey.
We all tell a different tale naturally, but then mom pinned us against each other and compartmentalized us like something I have never seen, and it did not help. Yes, that's the thing. My mom would play us against each other and tell me, your sister hates you. Your sister thinks this. Your sister said this. Da, 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 da. And in the same turn, telling my sister that I said and did all these nasty things about her. And, after a
Separated
while,
them.
you're like, yeah, why would I want to talk to her if she's such a horrible person? So,
Yeah, separate, conquer, divide, all those things. You know what I mean? And it sounds like she was very skilled at it. But like you said, how was she raised? How was she raised?
I don't
You
know.
know, was she doing
Yeah.
better than what her mom did? Was she doing the same thing? I mean, hopefully, hopefully we get better and we understand so we get better at raising our children. So hopefully,
Yeah.
and hopefully this
Well,
helps
and
out.
that's part of the forgiving top to bottom hair and skincare. Welcome. That's part of the being able to forget. You're never gonna or forgive. You never forget or condone what they did, but you have to, be human about it. And we don't know everything about their situation. We just know how we were affected by their situation. And so, I mean, I'm not giving her any slack or saying, yeah, it's okay that she did what she did, but I'm just saying, as a mother myself, I want to give her that grace and understand that she had her own demons and her own issues. And maybe she didn't know any better, you know? I know better. And that's why I didn't raise my daughter in that way. I tried to go, I probably went too far overboard the opposite way, you know, so as not to do
Right.
anything like that to my daughter. Um,
Okay, Michelle, I see you're leaving. Um, if you want me to contact you after we're done, because usually we chit chat a little while afterwards, uh, please text me. Let me know. You know I'm here for you, love. Okay. She kind of hinted at that
okay.
during the live.
All right.
So anyway, I'm sorry to change the subject,
Oh, it's okay. It is,
but
it is fun. I'm going to take that down. So, anyway, next week we are going to talk about
yes,
play and art therapy, how that can help you. And then the following week, we will have Mac from Surviving Together on as our guest, and she is going to talk about some of the things that she's done to heal her childhood trauma. And then
okay,
the last episode won't be on a Tuesday night, it will be on a Saturday, the 30th. At 6 p.m. And that we will have Miss Tia from Boldly Unshackled, and she is a licensed therapist, and she is going to come on and talk to us about healing in general, but also I've asked her to come on and talk a little bit about um, how our spirituality can help us heal as well. So that will be the last episode on August the 30th.
Is isn't it wonderful? She's so organized. That's the reason I look at it and go, okay, okay, you let me know.
It's like
Okay, we'll do it. Okay.
all Body Illusion cares
Look
is if
what?
she gets the email that says link. It's like, oh, I must be going on because she sent me the link.
Okay, let's talk, honey.
And if y'all did not see Sunday afternoon,
But that's what love is about. Whatever you want to
Yes.
talk about, that's what love is. You
um,
know.
Sunday we started doing a new series called Self-Care Sundays. And we're going to do that every other
Okay.
Sunday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, talking about self-care.
Is everybody remembering that? Because I know I won't. But
We
again,
started
go
off
ahead.
talking about skincare and skin in general. And then we ended up
Uh-huh.
talking about some other things that were also important for our self-care. So even though we will probably have some sort of a topic, y'all just come and bring your questions or whatever you want to share, and we'll just have a good time learning how to take care of our.
And just organic it or all the way through.
Yes. Because sometimes, and I've said this so many times, I don't like having a script. I don't like knowing what I'm going to ask my guest. I really want to be able to go with, if somebody in the chat says something and it starts a conversation and it's something that, in the moment we can talk about, then I want to do that, So
Right.
I like,
Well, and that's
an
another thing too
idea.
is self-care is more than just skin.
Yes.
Self-care is
And
self-care,
there's
even if it's
so
mental,
much.
physical, whatever.
So much about self-care that I have just neglected myself over the years, that I need to learn how to even just love myself enough to take time out to do my self-care. It's like that,
Right.
setting aside some time. I've been doing the castor oil on my skin and in my hair, and you have to let it sit for 30 minutes. And I have found that is like the hardest part for me, was like, I'm going to do nothing for 30 minutes. Hello, Lord.
Well, sometimes you can put a saran wrap over it, so at least it kind of controls it, so you can at least move around, but still you're doing your hands
Yeah,
and your
well,
fingers
that's the
and
thing, because
everything
I'm
like
putting it
that.
on my nails and my hands and my face, and I just feel like I'm
Uh-huh.
suspended in time, like, okay, I'm just going to sit here, which what I should probably do is try to meditate while I'm waiting that 30 minutes and see it.
Two birds with one stone, and yeah, and then you won't be thinking about the
Yeah,
clock.
because it was like
Yeah.
so weird at first to think I'm not going to do anything for 30. I'm going to sit here for 30 minutes and just give myself that 30 minutes of this stuff, So it's getting easy.
But again, it's back to that 30 minutes of downtime. I should be doing
Yeah,
something. I should be doing
I
something.
always think I
It's
should be
still
doing
that
something.
program
I
thought.
always think I'm neglecting something. Ashley says, Echo, I just thought to check my email, sister. I am so sorry. I am not signed into that one, and it doesn't like to pop up. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. I just replied to you last night. That's fine. Believe me, I don't worry about if I hear back from people, if I text them or email them, because I'm bad about thinking I responded and then get to thinking, well, gee, I didn't hear back from them. And then looking at it and realizing, oh, you thought about responding, but you didn't do it.
That's
All right,
okay.
here we go. We
That's all
have
right. It's always a good
Nick.
time.
Anik Alexander. Oh, so that's what you look like, body illusion. I didn't know that was you until the highlighted comment was clear
Can you drop me,
and
honey?
I could see.
And I will be right
Okay.
back. Can you drop me? I'll be
All right.
right back.
Um, so yes, that is body illusion, and that is what she looks like. And she's beautiful, and she's my dear, dear friend. Okay, so anyway, I've had such a good time. And I hope I'm doing better with reading y'all's comments. I tell you, I get so involved sometimes in what I'm talking about and what I'm thinking about that I totally forget about. Um, yes, Stephanie said, yes, she is. Body illusion is just absolutely, she is beautiful inside and out. And she has so been there for me. And actually, she's part of the reason I decided to do this series because she brought it to my attention that when I talked about my childhood, I got so emotional. And that made me, realize, hey, I need to look at that. And then she was like, and I'll be right here with you. I won't leave you alone, make you go through it alone. I'll be here to support you. And that, was like all it took. I was like, yes, I'm going to do it. All right, here's Henry. Oops. There we go. Awakened by the looking glass reflection. I hope you are doing well. If you are seeing this, it was sent at 7:53 p.m. Much love to all in this beautiful community. Nothing but ripples. Yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And um, Ned just dropped Body Illusions channel. Thank you very much. Ashley says, this has been so awesome, girl. I get so much out of just listening to your journey, truly. Thank you. I'm just glad I can actually share it without breaking down. And, you know, yes, Body Illusion knows how to read the room. You are right. And she knows how to get me to say things or get me to think about different things, which is very helpful too, you know. Yes, I am beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I am starting to realize just how beautiful I am. And I don't mean that in a physical sense, and I don't mean that in a conceited kind of way, but I do have a beautiful heart and I do care about people. I'm going to have to start using that hashtag. And that is nothing but ripples. And then her other thing was better together, right? I need to look at those because I'm a hashtag queen. I love doing hashtags. Thank you. I know it's about time. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's it's getting so much easier though, y'all. It was so hard in the very beginning, before I started doing the meditations. It was like I don't know why my inner child is so sad and so alone and scared and all of that, and it's like that meditation just really let me connect to those feelings, and like I said, I can't believe I waited so long to do it. I wish I had done it sooner, but I was so busy pleasing everybody else, trying to be a good mom, be a good wife, be a good employee, you know, and I just never put myself first to really do the work. And now I find myself with the time and the right frame of mind to be able to do it. And it has really been amazing. And I'll never, ever go back to feeling the way I felt. And it explained so many things. So many things. And I've looked at it over the years, little bits and pieces, and been like, oh, no, 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 no. I'm scared. I'm not ready for that. And here's Miss Body Illusion. Oh, nope, she's not back yet. Okay. I was like, she's going to be mad because I left her back there for so long. Yes, Stephanie, there is a time for everything. This was the time. Not only did everyone else abandon our inner child, but we did as well. Now we are slowly working towards reminding her or him we are going to be okay. And I had to forgive myself for abandoning myself because I didn't want to deal with it. And I pushed those memories way, way back and tried to go on like nothing had ever happened, you know? And you really can't do that. But I felt some grief and some shame for, not being able to deal with it and not being able to stand up for myself. But I was a child, you know? And you love your parents so much, you don't know any better. And you think that they are supposed to love you and you love them. And, love is supposed to be unconditional. And I think that's why I have problems with love relationships because I'm not comfortable with unconditional love. I pretty much want me to fulfill your conditions, if that makes any sense. Thought I was already subbed, Stephanie. My apologies. All right. Awaken sub to you, Miss Stephanie. Miss Stephanie also has Beyond the Dream, and that is her little Levi. Let me get that link. Um, he is a little boy, and she does like spiritual for kids who so kids can understand it, I guess, and talks about dreams and things like that. Okay. Okay. There we go. She also has the WSFN short channel too that she does like wildlife shorts and prayers and encouragement. There we go. All right. think I missed one. Yeah. Okay. All right. We are told to grow up, but too often we are sanded down and forget what makes us a genuine delight. That beautiful spark from within that makes us unique. It is hard, but we can recover that sense. Yes, we can. I agree. And Joan says, that's why I'm single now. I'm working on me. Yes. And there's nothing wrong with being single. And there's nothing wrong with wanting someone in your life or not wanting someone in your life. Ned said, I wrote a poem years ago and turned it into a song a year or so ago called Learning to Love Myself Again. Not the best of video or song compared to now, but still proud. Is there are pics of me in it? Oh, P.S. There are pics of me in it. LOL. Oh, cool. Cool, cool, cool. I can't imagine anything you would do, Ned, that wouldn't be very, very artistic and beautiful. There's B. Hello, B. Body Illusion talked about you and your channel, your movement, the Better Together. I'm definitely going to check that out. Everybody, let's see if we can. I don't know if I have. Maybe Ned, you can drop her channel for us. Let's see. No, 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 no. Oh, are you back? Oh, you're back. Okay. I came back to get you because I was like, oh, you're probably back, and then you weren't back yet. And I was like, oh, well, okay, I'll wait.
News, changing the subject completely.
Okay.
Other restraint says, hello to everyone, and he's doing wonderful.
Oh, great.
There you go. Happy notes. Happy
Great,
notes.
great.
And I don't know if B has a channel.
Yeah.
I don't know if B has a
Yeah,
channel, but she is very involved in the community.
Okay, good.
She's a very beautiful, beautiful, beautiful soul.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, I don't have one.
I am glad that he is doing good.
Thank you, Joe.
That is wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful news.
There's other. He gets a hug. That's Misha's way of making hugs with the little. That's her hug.
Hi, Rudy.
Yeah, he's been popping in and
Yeah.
out. He's been popping in and out. So, what have I missed? Anything? Anything exciting?
Well, you missed a couple of good comments about.
Okay, I can see those on replay.
Yeah. Just everybody talking about how we have to be individuals and,
Yes.
embrace being who we really are. And to me, that is one thing that I'm glad I'm doing now. Because I think I didn't think I was, like, I needed to work on I needed to change my personality or change the way I was instead of just accepting the way I was. And now I no longer feel like, I mean, I'm not saying I don't feel like I have work to do, but I no longer feel like I need to become somebody I'm not. I just need to become who I really am, if that makes sense.
Acceptance is a big thing. Acceptance is a big thing.
Yeah.
It really is. That you're being accepted in the world that you You've cre- you've created this beautiful world. You've created this beautiful environment.
Ned said, I said I was
I said I was going to leave a
a
while
while
ago.
ago, and yet you two ladies are addictive.
Aw.
Ah, goodness.
But Ned, we know you need rest. Rest your brain. Rest your soul.
She
You
said
know,
she does
we
need
love
to
you.
let the fur baby out. There you go. Yeah,
Yeah.
don't,
Yeah, she's got a couple of large ones.
yes, don't let that be or an accident waiting to happen.
Well, you should see the mess I have in my hallway. Ben Beans has been very, very happy with this tree.
Hi, Peyton Samuels. Welcome.
Hi.
Yes. Okay. We probably need to explain why we call Awakened Ned. Um, she would go
Do
into
you know?
certain channels, and the one channel, the lady, the way she pronounced Awakened, it like had the Ned part, like awake Ned instead of Awakened. And then there were other people had problems like with her actual name or whatever, and so people just started calling her Ned at the end of Awakened. And so those of us who know her will call her Ned sometimes.
Hi, Peyton. Yeah. It was Tara Smiling was the channel, and every time, every time Awakened would come in, it would be, "Hello, Awake Ned." It was always Awake
Ned.
Ned. Her name is Misha, but a lot of people call her Misha. So it's easier just to call her
Yes.
Ned, and she's accepted that.
Yes.
That is her like alias, Ned. So that's how that's.
And she's a beautiful person too, y'all. She really is.
She is. She is. Her now I know that I have Nightbot coming up and putting up her channel
Okay.
periodically. So if you want to subscribe to her and understand what she is truly about, you are more than welcome. Please do. Please do. She's a beautiful, beautiful soul with a lot to give.
Yes. And I don't think I told anybody on here. I definitely told my daughter, but for my granddaughter's birthday, Ned made her a coloring page and sent it to me to print out so that she could have for happy birthday, had a cake and all that, which was just very sweet. And she did it one time before too. I don't remember what the occasion was, but anyway, meant a lot to me. And then she sends me the other day, uh, go look at these pictures of butterflies I made. You were my inspiration, and you can use any of them that you want. So I like emailed myself like four of them. So I've still got to work on them to get them to where I can use them, but I will be using them. But yeah, she does great.
Isn't she
Yes.
thoughtful? She really
And she
is.
does great
She
work with the
really is
AI
very giving person.
videos and the AI music. And she's the one that introduced me to Suno. And Suno is now a part of my life.
Well, at
So,
least I was.
and again, if it hadn't been for her popping in one day and mentioning the Christmas stream thing, I wouldn't have met so many of you wonderful people. So I am so, so happy that she did that. And she was taking a big chance on me because she didn't really know me that well either. I mean, she kind of knew me. She'd been in my chat. Like I recognized the name when I saw her, but it wasn't like it was like, oh,
Right.
I've seen her, I've talked to her. And I could have been,
Right.
a crazy person, and she would have been like, yeah, I don't know why I invited her. But so many people came and watched my streams, and the very end of it, yes, Awakened is a lady.
Yes.
Um, so the
Yes.
very I was going on like at 10 o'clock, like
You'll never see her.
10 to 11. And then it was somebody else was supposed to do 11 to midnight. And then it was going to be over. And that person couldn't do it. And she was like, you think you can do 2 hours? I'm like, I can do 2 hours standing on my head. Yes, I'll do that. And so many people came in and came up on the panel. We were on for like 5 or 6 hours. It was wonderful. Hello, Miss
Yeah.
Angela. Welcome.
Yeah. When I was doing those things, I would come in out in the mornings because I would like, if I come out in the mornings, I have time in evenings to kind of fill in if need be. And I would come out in the mornings for an hour because they were in hour blocks. And next thing I know, I was on for like 3 hours because glitches happen.
Mhm.
And like you, Echo, we're talkers. We can talk about just
But I was
about
like, hey,
anything.
as long as somebody's in here and wants to talk, I'll keep going, And it was funny because
Right?
Ned she came in and was like, thank you for going on, and I'm going to go get some sleep. And it was like, okay, good. See you later. And then she said she woke up and saw that we had like just got off. Like we'd been all night long. I was like, yeah, we were having such a good time. We didn't know when to stop.
Yeah. Yeah. She gave a lot to that. That was a 48-hour one.
Oh, was it?
The
Oh,
Christmas
that's
one
right.
was a
Because I was on
48-hour.
Christmas Eve.
She
And then I was on
gave
Christmas.
a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
A
48
lot.
hours.
of
Yeah.
that. And there was a lot of new people that came on that she recruited, but she had very good taste in recruiting the right
Hi,
people.
Shane Tyerman.
So
Welcome. Yeah. I mean,
hi.
and it was
People
great.
are still coming in.
It was really a good, all the channels did really good that, came on. And the whole thing, behind it was nobody needed to be alone over the holidays. So everybody.
That was the time. That was the time when I took my phone and I taped it to my refrigerator and I did a live on.
Yeah.
I mean, it was very important for no one to be alone. That was my philosophy.
Yeah. And it really, it was enough people going on and enough different people that no matter when you kind of popped in and popped out, it was something new to see. And it was really nice. It really was nice. And I was so thankful to be a part of it. And like I said, I've met so many people that I would have never met because like the two communities that kind of merged to be that community, I wasn't involved in either of those communities. So there, I would have never probably came across those people. So
yeah, it would have been nice to do it again this year. But hopefully my brain will be working well enough where I can take a lot of it off of Ned.
Yeah.
Because she took on way too much.
Well, and we need to work on it way ahead of time. Because I think part of it is that, people need time to plan and, and make sure that they're going to be there in place, And I think too, the simulcast was
and then the time frames. That was what was confusing. Was the time frames because people were like, "I'm on at 7 o'clock," but we're talking 7 Central, not 7 Eastern, 7 Pacific time. So that was a confusing thing as well. But yeah, it just better planning and less on her.
Yeah.
But Misha, we're not saying to do this. We're not saying to do this. We're just reminiscing about how wonderful it was.
Well,
and how much work
what we can probably do, especially if you try to do, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, instead of one person being over it for 48 hours, like have 4 people each responsible for 12 hours of it, so that,
Well, that's what the science, what was trying to be done was somebody being in charge of a 6 hour block. Okay, they're in charge of the 6 hour block to make sure it all works well, and then the next person being in charge of the 6 hour block. So she wasn't having to be in charge of everything.
yeah.
But
Well, the best laid plans sometimes go awry.
Well,
So, hello, Moon over Miami. Welcome.
hi,
And I always say you
hi.
need to have a
Welcome.
plan, but you also need to be flexible and adapt the plan if something happens. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you don't have a plan, you
Yeah.
can't make changes to the plan and have it still run smooth. So, still got to have a plan.
That's the reason plan B, plan C.
Yeah, exactly. And be like, okay, no problem. That didn't work. We'll do this, which I don't
Right.
even know if I'll be here for the holidays. I may be on vacation again. I don't know. I haven't talked to my daughter. I don't want to have to go every holiday. I know she wants to go and see her dad and for them to get to see the grandbaby, and I understand that, and that's wonderful, but I just don't feel like I have to go every time. So we'll see. We'll see how that works out. I don't even know what day of the week Christmas is on. Then see, her husband only gets off Saturday and Sunday, and then he works Monday through Friday. So it's too much for them to
Okay.
go up on a weekend, up and back, in 2 days. And then if she goes for 10 days like she does sometimes, then it's like, that's too long. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see.
It's a long ways away.
Yeah.
Things
It's
change.
we still
Things
got
change.
plenty of time to figure all that out.
Yeah. And again, I don't want to throw all that on Misha.
Yeah.
I just don't want to do that to her.
No, but she's
I
got John
would not.
now, John, and if Keela's feeling better, and, there's enough of us. We could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And good old Ben.
Yeah.
I love my Ben.
And we'll make Niko take the odd hour because it'll be like,
Yeah. Niko did a few times.
be like, and
And
we
then
can get Brian.
we're talking about that crew. What about yours? Your lovely, lovely people here.
Yeah. Some of them might want to do it. Hi,
They
So
could
Blessed. Welcome.
Right?
Yeah, they might want to come and join us. You never know.
Exactly.
You never know.
Exactly.
I'm going to go ahead and mention about Gail's Southern Living's Fall Fest giveaway collaboration that is coming up. I believe it starts like the 1st of September. If y'all remember, I participated in it last year, and it's just a really fun collaboration, and it's a really good way to meet channels that you wouldn't normally meet. Okay. And what it is basically, say that 40 channels participate. Each channel that participates is going to give a prize to the winner. So one winner will win all 40 prizes. Okay. My channel can give a prize and have a drawing, and then that would become my semifinalist that goes into the drawing for all the prizes. Okay. And then they do that, and every channel that participated sends a semifinalist, and then they do the drawing from all of those people, and one person is the winner. And then everybody sends whatever their prize is that they're giving away to that one person. But in order for you to get into that, you have got to be somebody's semifinalist. So you can go to each channel that's participating, watch their videos, and get a chance of being their semifinalist. And she will let me, like, say
Oh,
that
okay.
I become your semifinalist. And then I go on Norma's channel and I become Norma's semifinalist. Then I'm in the final drawing 2 times.
Oh,
See what I'm
okay.
saying? So the
Okay.
more videos that you go and watch and comment on, the better chance you have of is being the semifinalist. And the more chances you have in that final drawing, the more chances you have to be the winner that wins
The
40,
winner.
40 prizes. And it can be, you might win gift cards, you might win, like anything. The prize can be anything, but it's like Christmas because,
Can it be like homemade
yeah,
things,
it could be,
crafts, and things like
yeah,
that?
it could be
Yes.
anything. And you'll be getting all these packages in the mail, you know. And this is,
For Christmas.
I think her 4th year doing this. And to participate, all you have to do is you make a video. And because it's Fall Fest, you want to show some sort of fall decoration, okay? Or
Okay,
craft, or
that's the
something to
theme.
do with fall. And then you tell about the contest and put your video out. And then she'll have a playlist, and everybody that participates will go on that playlist. Then you go around and you watch everybody else's videos. And when you go and watch their video, if you're not subbed up to that channel, you sub up to that channel. I think I got something like
Right.
40 new subscribers out of it because so many people were not subscribed to my channel. So
Right.
it's just a lot of fun. And then you get to watch everybody's drawing to see who their semifinalist is. And then you get to have, she does the live at the end where she draws from all the semifinalists to pick the winner.
So you can cheer for people and root for people, and how fun
It
is
is so
that?
much fun. And it's like it can get
How
addictive.
fun.
Like, oh my gosh, if I was like the semifinalist on like 4 channels, I'd have 4 chances to win it. So it's really a lot of fun.
Right?
Really a lot of fun. And she does the most um watch hours and stuff in October. It's like her best, or yeah, October, I think it is. But anyway, it's like her best
Right.
collaboration. Gail loves to do collaborations, and she does a lot of them. But this is one that she does herself, and it just grows every year where you get more and more people. But I want to say it was like 40 people last year. So it might be 50 people this year because I'm going to try to encourage some people to get involved and do it.
I love
But it's
that. I would love
so,
to get involved
so
in that. Just kind of the
you're
fun.
either committing yourself to giving away one prize or 2 prizes, because you don't have to
Okay.
give a semifinalist prize, but you do have to give the grand prize winner a prize. So you have to give one prize at least. You can give 2 prizes,
Okay.
but it's just a whole lot of fun. And then now this is why I thought of you, because you can also do like dress up in a costume or do a skit or just be as creative as you want to be. And last year they had some really hilarious skits, and some of the people dressed up and were like the person's sister, like you know
Okay.
came on in a costume and was like, I'm so and so's sister, and they don't know I'm doing this, and what, but it was just hilarious. So much fun. But that is Gail's Southern Living. And she put out a video today, and I shared the video. Um,
Okay. Can
talking
we
about,
can we
you
share
know,
her channel? Did we share her channel? Did I miss it?
okay, I get it. And it's just really a lot of fun. I thought
Mhm.
that last year was my first year doing it, and I didn't know, what was going to happen, but it was really a lot of fun. So I was like, yes, I will definitely participate this year.
Hello, everyone. So blessed. Hi, everybody. We've kind of missed you, but we saw you.
Okay. There we go.
Did you find her?
She also has
There she
Broken
is.
Hearts Ministry is Gail's other channel. And she's a member to my channel on the Broken Hearts Ministry, and I'm a member of Broken Hearts Ministry. Which that is
I
a
just copied
charity
her link.
that she and her mom started. Her sister Gretchen passed away, and they started this homeless ministry. They go out and give homeless people like goodie bags that have toiletries, and sometimes they even give them clothes and food and stuff like that. And last year
And
for Christmas,
since you mentioned that, I I thought about that a lot. People give away food. Okay, they do brown bags or whatever they want to call it, or boxes or whatever, and churches give away or communities give away food. They never give away toiletries. They never give away toiletries. I mean, let's be tacky. Everyone needs toilet
uh,
paper.
yeah, and and I've seen other charities that do it, but like say you have an old pocketbook that you don't need anymore.
Yes.
Take that pocketbook and put personal hygiene products in there, whatever, toiletries or whatever. And then when you see a homeless woman on the side of the road, give her the purse. I mean, it
Yeah.
doesn't. You don't have to
Even
go out and
like
spend a
little
whole
wet
lot of
pads
money.
or something.
Yeah,
Tissues.
yeah,
Uh,
anything, wipes, anything like
right.
that. And what Gail does is, which they're in Texas, but still gets cold in the wintertime. So she usually gets people to donate um, gloves and hats, and scarves, but she'll get socks and t-shirts, and stuff like that, those kind of clothes to give them. But it's a really good, ministry. And they go two different places. Um, so they usually go out like twice a month and give stuff away. And so if you're looking for a local or a good charity to support, Broken Hearts Ministry is, good for that. And what she does too is anything she gets donated, whether it's money, gift cards, or even people send her the items sometimes. She does a video, and like if she goes to the store and buys stuff for the bags they give away, she'll do a video and she'll say, Mary Jo gave $25 and this is what all I bought with it. And then when they go out and hand it out, she does a video with that. So it's not like you have to worry about where your money's going. Your money definitely goes to help, people that need help. I wish I
Right.
had the money to do stuff like that, more stuff like that.
There's
My I
beautiful.
have on my Nightbot about the little food box. We do have that here in my little town, and
I have a few of them
I
around
do
me.
get stuff and put it in there when I can afford it. But I always think about, people don't have a way to heat stuff up.
Yeah.
And it's like people will put like cans of stuff in there that number one, you need a can opener. Number two, you need a way to heat it up. Number three, you need a way to eat it. It's like, don't put that kind of stuff. Put stuff in there that
Well,
they can
and then
actually eat.
it's never under a shade of a tree. So now it's in the heat of the summer, which I don't think that would be a positive to insert into your body.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
And
there is a beautiful place here, a church, and it says, food bank Wednesdays, blah blah blah. And at times, I'm not shy. At times, I was in need, in need,
mhm.
and they didn't ask me any questions. They didn't ask me if I was part of their church. They didn't ask me, to join. They said, Are you in need? And I said, well, a little bit. And they said, okay. And they put me a bag together. So ever since then, this is just me. Ever since then, if I find TP on sale, I'll buy a big thing of it and I'll take it to them because to me, body wash, clothes soap, and TP are never given. And so what they do is they take it and they break it down and they give 2 rolls to this person, 2 rolls to this person, 2 rolls. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so yeah, but that's because they did help me, and I want to give back. If that makes sense. Izzy Pop.
Yes, and the thing about it is that, we all go through that in our lives. Times where we have enough and times when we don't. And then sometimes, if we're lucky, that we have enough, more than enough. And if you can help one person, just try to be nice and help one person. I get so annoyed, which my daughter used to get on to me all the time because in our well, not our town, but the town my daughter lives in, these people look better dressed than me, with a clean shaven and a haircut and all this. And she's like, they're just begging for money, and I would be like, well, I'm still going to give it to them. I don't care, or whatever. And I think it goes back to when I worked at Walmart. I would have so many families that were traveling that would their car would break down or, whatever. They'd be stuck at Walmart. And it's like, I would feel like they needed help and I would try to help them or whatever. But you do have to kind of look at people because you want your money to be going somewhere that actually, they need it. And I've even done this before. We had a guy that was hanging out at the McDonald's, and I fixed him up one time when I had cooked a Thanksgiving dinner. I fixed him a big old Thanksgiving dinner. And then I took him some blankets, and I don't even know what all I took him. But he was like so appreciative, and just like, I can't believe a total stranger thought of me on Thanksgiving, And I'm like, yeah, but it's doing me so much good to know that I was able to help you, And he wasn't like, well, I don't need your charity or I don't eat that or what. He was just like, oh my goodness. He was so excited about it. So do what you can. Help who you can help,
Help what you can. And I don't want, you can feel it, like you were saying, you can feel the people that need it and appreciate it and the people that are just there.
Oh, Izzy.
You don't have to shake that though.
Oh my goodness, I love you.
I love you, Izzy.
Oh my goodness,
she's so cute. She's so cute.
Oh my.
She just tickles me. Yeah, I try to watch her every day. Well, every other day. She's usually on every other day. And she just tickles me. She's also the one that made my intro. I don't know if you've seen it, but she made my intro, and it is just
with the cat eyes blinking.
Yeah. Well, she stepped up to that. So now they're just kind of looking and staring, but they've still got that beautiful cat eyes. Hi, Seventh.
Hi, Seventh. Welcome. See, we've been on here 2.5 hours, but we keep getting people coming in here. I just can't leave when people are coming in. I have a very hard problem with that. I really do. I'm like,
me too. When I'm on by myself, I'll be sitting here and I'm like, okay, I'm going to cut myself off in an hour. And in an hour, I'm seeing boom, 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 3 or 4 different names. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm going to go a little longer.
I know. I'm like, okay, I can't leave now. They just got here.
Well, seventh probably just. I'm going to tell on you, seventh. Seventh probably just woke up.
Well, that's okay.
He's one of those people. He's on the West Coast, so it's just now 6 o'clock. He's probably just done dinner.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean.
And that's another thing.
So
You don't know where people are sometimes, and you don't know what time it is there. Now, I know Niko, when he comes in and we're on in the evening, I know it's the middle of the night for him, But
right.
some people I don't, think about, and then they'll say, "Oh, well, it's getting late. I need to go to bed." And I'm like, "Well, what time is it?" And then they'll be like, "Well, I'm 6 hours ahead of you." Oh, okay, yeah, go to sleep. Sorry.
Go to sleep, honey.
That's why I like.
That's what replays are for.
I like to do it at different times, and that's why I used to like to go live in the middle of the night, because you get the people from the different countries with the different time zones, because they're awake when we're asleep,
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Oh, and seventh got his car back.
good.
He's been fighting with that for a couple of days. So that's a big plus. That's a big plus. So Izzy, you say you're editing the show. Are you editing the show that Scully did? He said you were going to try to edit it, but I liked it the way it was, all organic. But I know how you are. Anyway, changing the subject. Changing the, you know how I
do. You are.
Okay, we got it on, honey.
Okay. That
must be.
That just means I've been talking too much and not breathing deep enough.
Yeah.
I am so excited about my bone broth, y'all. I'm gonna make a video if it turns out good.
Good. I hope so. I'd like to see.
I hope it'll turn out good.
I'd like to see.
I better go before the assistant boss sees me. Uh-oh. That's right. Get
yeah, he'll pop up. He pops up.
I don't know, Izzy, if I ever told you that, but I had somebody ask me if you and Scully were married.
They might as well be, by the way they talk to each other.
And I was like, no.
They're not even in the same
just
state.
Really good friends. I said, but I think it would be more like a mom-son kind of friendship than lovers, but
yeah, they're not even in the same state.
I'm like, yeah, I don't think so.
Far from each other.
Oh, she says she's the boss and he's the assistant. Okay.
Oh, we should make a clip of that one right there and show that to Scully.
Joan, you can't see the whole chat because we're streaming it to Body Illusions channel, and some of the people are on her channel. So you're on my channel, so you're only seeing. Yeah, you're only seeing the people that come in my chat. Seventh said, I make bone broth so I can make, what is Birria? I don't know what that is.
Birria. Yeah. He's a fancy cook.
Oh, a fancy
And Rudy,
cook.
I will not tell you that. Sorry. I will cut
Be
that
nice,
off at the name.
Be right.
It's
be
right
nice,
up there with my birth year.
Rudy came in when I was over on Kim's channel, and Kim gets annoyed with him, and so I blocked him. And then I was going to be on Kim's channel last week, and he was like, "Are you going to block me again?" If I go on Kim's channel, I was like, "Please don't come over there and bother Kim."
Yeah. She her and Rudy, have an understanding.
Oh, Izzy Pop says he's not that much younger. Oh, see, I think of him as, because he's younger than me, so I think of him like he's a kid. Yeah,
I think he's. Don't quote me on this, and Izzy, don't get me in trouble with this one, but I think he's on the verge of 50.
Yeah, that's what she's saying. He's not that much
Yeah,
younger than her, which I don't know how old you are, Izzy. So,
she's about your
um,
age,
okay, well, hmm.
but we're not going to put out any more numbers. You guys get to guess.
Hey, I'm open about my age. I feel good. Okay, she said I'm 64 and he's 55.
There you
Oh,
go.
okay.
Okay.
Well, you
So
both
I
carried
was
it
trying to be
very well.
generous to both. I just watched it. I really enjoyed oh, good. I'm glad you watched her. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
she has her own take, and we all do. And she's full of love.
she is
She's
just
full of love.
she
She's
is
full of hurt.
a very caring, thoughtful kind of person.
Yeah. She's definitely a big time empath.
Yeah. Izzy Pop says I've dated a lot younger. Oh,
Oh, hubba hubba,
cougar.
honey.
You're gonna admit that you're a cougar. Okay. Let's see. I've dated both, older and younger. So
Yeah. So have I. And guess what? I'm still alone. They never did me much. They never did me much. Shoot, I'm a cougar woman. I love
yeah.
you, Izzy. Get it, girl. Get it, girl. Said proud. Proud and loud.
Oh my
Proud.
goodness. Joan
Yeah, okay.
Joan Journal said I was doing that. Oh no, Stephanie is talking to Joan saying I was doing that, but I got lost on where I was because she was on both channels. But Joan said I'm watching both now. Okay, good. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Seven's is saying
That's very sweet of you guys. That is very sweet of you guys. If you can, please sub to my channel. I've been out there for a little bit of time, and I would like some love.
yes.
Older women are more attractive. They like cheese and wine. They're finer with time.
Well,
Well,
somebody subbed because you're at
I'm a little bold when
205.
it comes to the cheese.
You're at 205. You were at
Oh, okay.
204. So you got one more.
Oh, okay. I don't worry about all that. I just figured I'd throw it out there. He's married with 2 kids anyway, lady. Yeah, yeah. I'll go for his voice. I'll go for his voice. It works for me. I'm way too old for it. I'm way too old for Scully.
Okay, let's see. Oh, Joan said she thought she was subbed, but she resubbed because she must not have been subbed.
Oh, okay, good. Thank you.
Oh, you're saying Scully is married with 2 kids?
And
Huh.
grandkids too.
Oh,
Holy
see,
smokes!
I don't know why, but I just always think of him as young, like he's young. He's like,
Yeah,
wow.
say what, Lucy? Who knows what I said? Izzy, you know how I am. Who knows what I said? Who knows what it was? What, you want me to do that? Izzy? That? Is that what it is? Uh,
It feels so good to
anyway,
learn.
we have
Oh,
gotten way off track, and I have enjoyed
Stephanie
this.
just up to
I
you.
enjoy this every time we're together. Oh, thank you, honey. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Hopefully, I can make it worth your while. Yeah. I call it the ditzy puddle, so you don't expect too much out of me.
She is
They can
very,
always say
very
about you, never disappointed.
encouraging. She's encouraging, and she's, you know, tries to make everybody feel good and be happy. And
We need happiness. It's too much gloom in the
she
world.
said, "Well,
That's
he's
just
probably going to yell at me now. Good night, y'all. We won't say anything,
okay,
Izzy."
Nancy. We're not going to yell at you. We love you, and I know you were on today for hours. So rest well, sweetheart. Rest well, sweetheart. And remember, when I do a live, you will see my intro, and Izzy did that. If you
Yeah, I got to
like
go
that,
back and look now because I just remember the cat eyes blinking. So I must
yeah,
not be paying attention when I see that.
no,
See it.
no, no. I've only gone live like 2 or 3 times since I got the
Oh,
new
it's
one.
when you go
If you
live.
appreciate her, please go to her.
Okay.
She is more than willing to do stuff like that for you.
Okay. I was thinking it was on your videos. Okay, so I have to watch on the beginning of the live. Okay. I will do that.
Yeah,
Hi,
yeah. I
Austin.
can even send it to you if you want to look at it. I'm more than willing to. I can even make a short of it. Just, I'm
Stephanie
very
says, I
proud of it.
love
It's
to see
beautiful.
people
It's
smile
beautiful.
genuinely. That's right, Stephanie. We do love to smile. We
Yes,
have we have
yes.
our tears
It's
at
free.
times,
It's free.
but we do try to smile.
Yeah.
We try. Sometimes you're just not feeling very cheerful, but that's when that mask comes in handy. It's like,
Exactly. Exactly. And it
you would
and it
never
and
know.
it, remember, you have it's ugly now. You got through the ugly before. You'll get through this ugly again, and you'll start going back up. Just hang on. Just remember, you've done it before. You've gotten through it. You just got to get through it again.
But it does get
And
easier,
that's
I
all.
think.
That's all.
Every time you have to go through it.
As long as you learn from the past.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And gosh,
Yeah.
I have learned so much about myself.
Look at your brain. It's just all these things just going off
Yeah.
when you look back. Yeah. 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 Body language says you were thinking. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just
Deep
amazing.
thoughts, not emotional thoughts. It was deep
Yeah.
thoughts. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm so glad that I got those memories about my dad and the shaving. Because I mean, I would do that like anytime he would let me, I would be right there, like,
And if you smell that smell again,
yeah,
that warm, cozy feeling in your heart would come right
oh
back.
yeah,
The olfactory is very strong, very strong. That's another reason why I got into essential oils and things, because the olfactory was so strong,
yeah.
and I wanted to understand more. Yeah. So anyway, it's been a beautiful evening, and I love you all for coming. Thank you so much for sharing Echo's journey, and there's more to come. She has more to learn, and actually, I should say she wants to learn more.
Yes.
So I am so here for it, and I hope you are as well. And please, as I always say, and you'll find it on my channel, please try to make today just a little bit better than yesterday.
That's right.
And you're beautiful just the way you
That's right. And nobody can be you but you.
are.
Don't try to be somebody else. I think Mary says everybody else is taken. So you have to be yourself because everybody else is taken. But yeah, you're good enough. Like you. Oh, and I read something today too that was talking about you don't have to be perfect. You're good just the way you are. You know,
You are.
it's like,
You're,
quit,
you're
quit trying to
amazing.
be perfect. It's not going to happen. Sorry to pop your little bubble. Nobody can be perfect. So just stop trying.
But you're perfect with just who you are. All flaws and all warts and all that stuff. That's just perfect. That's who you were supposed to be.
That's right. And I wasn't supposed to hide from who I was supposed to be. That's
Yeah.
really,
Ooh, look at the cut of the
really.
eyes. Ooh. Is that where the grandbaby gets those cut
Mm,
eyes?
no, that's her daddy. Those eyes are her.
Oh, okay.
I tell you, she definitely has him in her. You know what I'm saying? It's like we see a lot of other
Right.
personalities, some of her mom, some of me, some of herself, but there's a part of her that is strictly her daddy. Stephanie says, that's cute. Everybody else is taken. That's right.
I love you too. So
Ravishing red. That's so
that's
sweet.
what he always calls me.
Yeah, so sweet. All right, we're going to get out of here, y'all, because it is almost 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are?
I do know mine. I got a phone call.
Mine
Yay!
better be in bed because they get up really early, so they better be in bed already. But I will be here tomorrow at noon for Wellness Wednesday, and I will be opening
Okay.
Chef Dice's Happy Mail.
Ooh, look at that box. Is that fun?
Then I'm gonna,
It's
you
just
know
like
what?
Christmas. I love getting
I'm
cards.
hoping there's something in here I can use for my bone broth.
Oh, I'm
Fun.
sure. Sure.
So
Experimenting with
yeah,
new
new
spices and
spice.
new fragrances and things like that is yeah, is a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. As we said, seventh is a yeah, he's always experimenting with different flavors and combinations. So
Well, I'm real. I saw he
so
did
I'm excited about that. What time is that going to
12
be?
o'clock.
So we make sure and be there?
He made a
Okay,
video.
your time.
He made a video when he packed the box. So when I watched the
Okay.
video, I knew what was in here, but I don't remember exactly. So I'm excited to open it to see what it is that's in there. I can't believe he sent me all these spices. That was so nice.
I love
I do too.
that.
I mean, he said he would, but you know how some people will say things and they really don't mean that they're going to do it.
Yeah.
And so when he said he was going to, I was like, okay, that's nice, you know. But then when he's like sending me a message saying, I got your box ready and I made a video, go watch it. And I was like, he's serious. So I'm excited. I'll be opening that tomorrow.
Yay! Can't wait. Can't wait.
All right, Joan, have an awesome evening too. And happy birthday again. And I got to find out about the baby's birthday. I can't remember what day he was born. But Simply Katie Walks has got a new grandbaby, a grandboy, number 5.
Yay!
I
New love to be
It was
shared.
so funny because she had texted me and said, I'll text you back what I know because I think they're going to send her and start inducing her. And I was like, okay. And then I didn't hear anything. And so I was like, well, I don't know if she had the baby or not. So then I was like, a few days later, I'm like, okay, any baby news? And she was like, perfect timing. And then she sent me the picture, like they had just had him.
Oh yay!
So I'm not sure what day that was, but anyway, he's a Leo, like Joan and Rudy and my granddaughter. So um,
Leos are very strong.
I used to get
Very
did
strong.
every time that PSA. It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? Yeah, that was very popular
Yes.
when I was a teenager too.
Yeah.
And my daughter now sometimes will say, "It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your mother is?" Oh, I'm the rebellious teenager because I don't answer my phone all the time. And she like gets very when she can't reach me on the phone. I'm like, I didn't
Right.
hear it. I'm sorry. And I even have it set where it flashes the light. So in
Okay.
case like I have my earphones on or just not paying attention and don't realize that's the sound of it ringing, I'll see the light flashing. But sometimes I don't even see that, especially if I'm driving in the car. I'm not sitting there looking at my phone. I'm driving the car.
Right.
And then she'll be like, "You
Right.
didn't,
Being responsible.
you didn't answer your phone." Well, sorry, I was driving. You know. Yeah, she worries about me though, but it's because she loves me. But that's okay.
I think that's wonderful.
I'm just not
Oh, it's wonderful. The
trustworthy enough to do things on my own. I need a supervisor. Although I have made some bad judgment calls, so it's probably warranted. So it's okay.
it doesn't matter. You're still mom.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what your job was. You're still mom. It's like Sheila's going to be your baby.
Oh,
She's going to be your baby where her teeth are sitting in a jar on the side of her bed. She's still going to be your baby. Just the way it is.
I don't know if I'll live that long, but maybe.
Oh, I don't know. You've changed your health a
I know,
lot.
but
You've changed your health a lot.
oh, I hope I live to 90, 100. I don't know, but I definitely have a better chance of living a long time now than I have. The odds
Yes.
are more in my favor now than they were before. So
Mhm.
I'm hoping. I'm hoping. I hope. All right. I'm going to say goodnight, y'all.
I love everybody.